Weeks turned into months, and the distance between us felt heavier than ever. The messages she sent sometimes hinted at warmth, sometimes at doubt, and each one left me both relieved and more anxious than before. I realized that healing, or even just understanding, wasn't a straight path. It twisted and turned, looping back on itself, filled with moments of hope and despair, often in the same day. I started reflecting on myself more deeply. Who was I in this relationship? Who had I become while holding on to her love, while trying to fix something I didn't even know was broken? The questions were endless, and the answers were murky. I realized that part of me had been dependent on the idea of us, on the comfort of our past, rather than fully living in the present, accepting what was. Then came a moment that changed everything. We met to talk in person, in a quiet park under fading sunlight. The conversation was raw and honest. I spoke about my fears, my heartbreak, and the loneliness I had felt. She spoke about her doubts, her confusion, and the fear that she might be making mistakes. There were tears, there was silence, and there was the uncomfortable acknowledgement that love alone might not be enough. Yet, in that silence, there was also something fragile and precious, a willingness to try again, to rebuild slowly, carefully. We agreed to take small steps, to communicate more openly, to rebuild trust brick by brick. I realized that love after betrayal isn't about grand gestures or perfect moments. It's about showing up, even when it hurts, even when it's scary, even when the path forward is unclear. I also learned something about myself. I was stronger than I had believed, capable of forgiveness and resilience, capable of holding on to hope without letting it consume me entirely. I understood that relationships are not static. They evolve, they challenge, and sometimes they force you to confront uncomfortable truths about yourself and the person you love. As we walked away from that park, there was no guarantee of what the future held. But for the first time in months, the weight in my chest felt lighter. I didn't know if we would make it long term, but I knew I had given my all, and that sometimes that is enough. I had loved, I had hoped, I had confronted reality, and I was still standing. And maybe, just maybe, that is what love truly is. Not certainty, not perfection, but the courage to keep moving forward, to keep opening your heart, and to keep believing in the possibility of us, even when the path ahead is uncertain.